So I have some compost that I was cleaning out of one of my bins in my wagon here, and after about 3 or 4 days of rain it was saturated, so I've drained off all the liquid that I'm going to use as compost tea for my plants. And I think I'll just get rid of this and put it around some of my plants. I'm going to start with my potatoes here that are coming up in the straw really good. I'm going to start mulching them up with some more pea straw that I just got. But first, I'm just going to put some compost around each of the plants just to give them a little extra boost, and then follow up with some more straw. So I'm just grabbing handfuls of my compost here. Going to set it around the roots, or the stems, I mean. Hopefully that absorbs in and gives them a little extra boost while they produce some potatoes. So I had made a couple videos on this in the past. This is my roost out method. So all these potatoes were just placed on the ground underneath a thick layer of straw. I didn't do any digging, no rototilling, and so far so good. So hopefully this little feeding of compost and extra straw is going to give it what it needs to keep growing and start flowering soon, hopefully. So I wanted to show this pea straw bale that my husband brought to me yesterday. I had it delivered down from our farm yard, which is just down the road. As I said, this is pea straw. We bought it, or we had it to feed to the cattle, but they don't particularly seem to like to eat it. So lucky for me, I get to try it out now. So what I'm going to do today is do some mulching around my potatoes that I had growing under straw. They're presently just under oat straw. We put a bale of oat straw down in my new garden space last year, and this year I now going to try the pea straw, which should add a little bit of extra nitrogen maybe into the soil, hopefully help keep the weeds down. And I really like it because it's cut, or it's kind of shredded, so it's easy to take it and kind of spread it around plants, and it's very light and easy to fork into my wagon here. So let's go put some around the potatoes. So as you see here, the pea straw is chopped up nice, and it's really easy to just move it around the plant. I'm also going to use it on my, just as another layer around on my garden here, where I see some weeds are starting to pop through. So I'm going to do a thick layer in this whole area. Hopefully I have access to more pea straw from my husband. I did spot a few more bales down at the farmyard, so I'm hoping this will work, because anything that you can get for free is always great. So I'll just keep working around these potatoes. So I just wanted to take you out here to this spot where I had done a video early in the spring. We had dumped a bunch of, or I guess a big straw bale out here just to kind of control weeds, and my plan was to maybe put in some Saskatchewan berry bushes. That didn't happen, but what I decided to do is just come out here and throw some more seed potatoes under the straw and just leave them. I haven't watered them, I haven't done any weeding, and as you can see, the weeds have worked their way through the straw. That's one of the biggest battles I deal with here on the prairies, is weeds, endless weeds, and quackgrass. It grows through everything, so mulching is my best solution, and I'm learning that putting some cardboard underneath before I put the straw down helps a lot, so learning as I go. So I just wanted to come out here to see if we can find any potatoes. So some of these potatoes were just ones that I took out of my fridge that didn't get eaten, and I just set them out for a few weeks and let them sprout, and I spotted one. So there's one coming through, and another one. I think I planted about 15 or 20 of them in here. Here's a big one. Found a couple more over here. We've had a lot of rain this year, which is not usually the case, so I think that's probably what's helped this as well. We'll see. We also have my other biggest obstacle is dealing with grasshoppers. I don't know if you can see them, but they are hopping everywhere, and they can wipe out a garden in no time. They can wipe out our pasture land. They can wipe out our alfalfa crops or our oats in no time. But this year, thankfully, we've gotten lots of rain, and that kind of keeps them at bay. Everything gets growing fast and gets ahead of them before they can chew it down, and I guess with enough rain they get some kind of a rust thing in their wings, and it kind of kills them off. So this year is not a big fight against grasshoppers. So far I think I've found about 5 plants coming up, which isn't great, but this was just an experiment that I wanted to try. I'm not going to water them. I'm not going to mulch them with any more straw unless my hubby brings me another pea straw bale out here and lets me fork it around. He's a busy guy right now cutting hay for the cattle and putting up feed, but he does love his potatoes, so maybe I can talk him in to bringing me another bale so we can help these potatoes along. So here's an overall view of my mulching that I am trying to keep under control, keep the weeds under control with. I have a lot of wood chips around my raised garden beds here. Just started with them last fall and got a few more loads this spring, but they are not as easy to come by as straw. They do look nice though, so I can get them from the city compost depot. So I may keep this area up with just wood chips. And then from here, I will use my free resources and keep with the straw. Any hay, if I get some, is always good too, but I think I'm gonna see how the pea straw works and I'll keep you posted on how my potatoes are doing and how it works as a weed barrier in my garden. Thanks for watching.